are live with just under 97 days to go until the 4th annual AHRA No Name Nationals. And before the 15th person asks me where I am today, I'm at Larry's Pneumatic Service in Bluefield, West Virginia, and we've got special guests coming here pretty soon, whom you'll recognize. They'll be here anytime, wherever. JB asked, where's the flyer? On my desk, actually. On my desk. You'd be proud, JB. That's in Courier on my desk. So when I get back from here, I'll get that to you over there. So yes, we got a new No Name Nationals flyer. And big shout out to JB for helping make that happen. He had to get the pronter out on it, but I got it done. All right, who all is in the house? Let's see, Danny Boyd was here early. RC Industry tried to be first tonight for a change. Man, you got to get here early if you want to be first. It's hard to beat Danny Boyd and Lars and Unfinished Project. Twisted Boat Dennis is here. Colleen, a.k.a. Mama M to the third power. Aunt Nancy is here, who says, good, beautiful evening, everyone. Turbo Tom 416, and Danny Boyd mentions Nan's Dan. Nan's Dan herself. My Aunt Nancy's here. Danny Boyd says, might be a 68 Camaro. I guess you guys are looking at the cars in the thumbnail. All right, our guests will be here in a few minutes. We got other guests here, but they're too camera shy. So they're going to heckle from behind us. Let's see here. Junkyard Diesels, hope everyone is having the best of luck today. Yeah, some days we really need it. Buffalo Campo. Howdy. Yeah, I put up a short today doing the 30 shorts in 30 days challenge, and today I put up one of my barber, Teddy Bear Hair, who's been cutting hair since 1958. And Buff puts in the comments, I was 4 years old when he started cutting hair, and I'm old. So, yeah, Teddy Bear has been doing this a long time. 6th Street Garage is here. Hot Rod Guy Garage, Russell. Levi's Backyard Performance. Big Mike of the Hoopty Barn. Diecast Streams Custom Pick. UP said he's got to drive and check back soon. Twisted Dennis is 96 days. Yes, 96 days, 3 hours, 56 minutes to be exact. Barrow's Garage says, hello, everybody. Well, hello, Barrow's. You came up in conversation this week, and soon you'll know why. It's a good thing. Lone Ridge Garage is here. Lone Ridge Garage is a quarter of the way through his No Name 500 journey. Getting ready to turn it up and finish strong, doing the 30 shorts in 30 days. So if you've not yet subscribed to Lone Ridge Garage, go over and check out his channel, see if you earned yourself. He earned mine. He's got good stuff over there. He's got a worthy channel, so check him out. Bad Tree Blake says, Heathens Assemble and listening. Blake, do you have any update on the most shocking YouTube news in a long time? And that is the Triple Pickle Motley Crue cad allegedly being up for sale. Oh my gosh, I'm glad I heard about that before I saw the post. Oh my, what is the latest on that? Danny Boy says, don't forget the orange cat. Hey Benji, where's the orange cat? In there? The door's shut, so we might not see a cameo tonight. I don't know. Indecisive Garage says he's here. Hello. Well, hello, Tim. Duct Tape Garage says, hey, thanks for letting me join. Hey, glad you're here, man. So Duct Tape Garage is the newest entry into the No Name 500. He just registered, and he wants to kind of, I guess, figure out what this whole No Name Nationals and community and event is all about. So if any of you guys have anything you'd like to share with him, let him know. In the meantime, go check out his channel. If one of our esteemed mods can post a link to Duct Tape Garage, that would be great. So he's registered, put his money where his mouth is. He's got some subs to earn. He can definitely do it. And so far, so good what I see over there. So I just saw the name of his channel and said, hey, you'll probably fit right in. It's just that alone told me he's going to fit right in. Main Street Mopar is here. He's at 405 subs. He needs 95 more, so he's in the home stretch. Danny Boyd says, wow, under 100 days. It's not a surprise. Clayton's Toolbox says, howdy, Clayton. Pure Pontiac Garage. Glad you're here. No Barrows, this was a good thing. You'll soon know why. I can't say it at the moment, but you'll know why very soon. It's a good thing. Yeah, school channel. I'm surprised it wasn't already duct tape garage. It comes right up. Danny Boys, I returned the crew cab dart to 100% original look. I think that crew cab dart looks great the way it is. It's got the vinyl top, the original paint, and all of that, and it looks great because all of that's still there. It has a lot of the original stuff, the chrome and the trim, but it also has, 2.4 sticking out the hood. It also, it's got a few clues that it's a ripper, but for the most part, he's maintained those original cues. I really like the way that dart is done. It's a really good looking dart, and it runs great. The thing runs 760s, doesn't it? Blake says he wants to buy a boat for working the river. Start a GoFundMe for Hippie to keep him over. Hey, listen, I'm dead serious. If we can help the Hippie out so that he can keep the triple pickle and do his business stuff, I'm all for it. So you guys put together some kind of fun fundraiser for the Hippie, I'm down with it. Hippie works really hard. That is a hard-working guy, and I would love to see him be able to continue to work hard and play. So. Yeah, JB says Barrows will find out what it's about when he shows up. Yeah, he could find out before did, hopefully, but you're right. Colleen puts up the link for Duct Tape Garage. Yeah, go check him out. Flat hood and wheel cover. The thing is, it has a flat hood. It has a flat hood, and he's got rallies on it. I think that car's perfect. Somebody pay him $10 grand to cut his hair. I bet he would for $10 grand. Just saying. Levi says, I'll donate toward the Hippie party bars. Yeah, you never know. I mean, I'm just saying. Lone Ridge Garage is subscribed. Green hood and wheel covers. I don't know, man. I think that car is pretty sweet. Uh-oh. We got company. Happy Friday the 13th. That's what Brian says. Howdy. Pull up some chairs. Howdy. How are you? You might recognize this. These guys got duped by the best tourism brochure on earth, apparently. They came from halfway across the United States to come to Brandon. And they're wondering why. Come on over, man. Come on in. Pull up some chairs. There's like remnants of chairs around here. There's passive assemblies of chairs.
Yeah, you can grab that chair. Also
yeah. There's no two chairs alike in here. Oh, there's two things for you. Oh, okay, cool. Let's check it out. Oh man, okay. So I know this one. Oh yeah. Okay. So, Jason, I saw a picture of this. This is freaking cool. There's chairs for that. Okay. Jason sent me this. Is that cool or what? And this is a 101, isn't it? This is a 101. That is sweet. Yeah. You gotta get your own chair. See, I trust these guys to let them sit behind me. I can't say that for a lot of these things. Yeah. Okay, and then this one has special. I'll let you tell them about this one. All right. We gotta get this. All right. Tell them what the deal is.
So is it?
Okay, so let's see. Let's show the front and the back.
So the inaugural, right? No Name Nationals.
He was in the first one. Second. In the first or second.
Yeah. Jay and I and John and his mom.
Yeah, that was the first year.
Table.
Yeah.
And you ever go to what was it called?
Lambert's.
Yeah, Lambert's. They always want to give you okra. They do not take no for an answer. They refuse. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, no, and I'm being nice, cordial, whatever.
Right.
The guy walks over. I swear to God, he was over 30 seconds earlier. He's like, still no. So that was for Nina.
Yes.
But unfortunately, I didn't mail it quick enough.
Mom did not live long enough to see this shirt finish. But this is hilarious.
Yeah.
Because we started using that. Mom would say, oh no, still no.
Yeah,
It was great, still no. So the answer to the Oprah is still no.
Yeah.
Just say no to Oprah.
Yeah.
So you know what? I'm going to wear this to Lambert's.
I think you should.
I'm going to wear this to Lambert's. I wore this flavor to honor my mom. But anyway, yeah, I thought this was really cool. This is one so far. You can't waste that inside. It's certainly this is great.
I credit Dean Stevenson for that.
Isn't that cool?
That's what he always calls me on this.
I can totally see Dean saying that too.
Yeah.
I thought that was just great. I'm glad to have these guys here. They told me that we were going to Man, West Virginia.
We started in Man and then in Bramwell.
So you just down here, but this is ATV country here.
That's what we're doing.
Every weekend, this whole avenue is just packed with guys piling in here with their ATVs, side by sides, 4-wheelers.
That's what we were going to ride the 4-wheelers here. The problem is the place we're staying now has like a 9 o'clock curfew. You can't ride in a parking lot. I don't want to make her mad, so.
I've seen them out here on the road.
No, just where we're staying over in Bramwell.
I've seen cops pulling over out on the road too. Now Bramwell in town, they don't care.
Just care.
They have stickers that say "dirt friendly" on the businesses.
So how far are you from here? You need my binoculars.
From here, I live in Christiansburg. That's like 7 miles. But I'm from here, and I got a place called the Treehouse. So that's where I stay when I'm in town. And I went to school with Ben. I went to school with Ginger. I know Ben over 40 years.
Hi, Ginger.
He was like second grade.
We all hide. There he's hiding.
Yeah, he hides. He's afraid of camera. Like I've taken shorts in here, and he'll run from them, so he doesn't get on camera.
I was that way too. That's why I'm here. It's public service.
If I could get the internet to go through here, like I got a dyno for jacks in here, hydraulic jacks.
Really?
They would test the pressure on. I like big ones. There's like 30 tons in the back there. He's got a dyno for impact wrenches on the bench back there, bolted down. It'll do over 1,000 pounds of torque on the bench.
Just gonna play.
Yeah. If you want after this live, whatever you want to.
I think win.
It's pretty cool. We've blown up all kinds of stuff in there over the years. Mag grills, mowers, everything. Buff just subscribed to Duct Tape Garage. Duct Tape Garage says, I'm on my way to the middle of nowhere to pick up an old tractor. I already lost signals. I disappeared, that's why. Well, we understand. But anyway, this is the place to ask questions about the No Name Nationals. And by the way, and this is complete coincidence, you get to keep your car number as long as you're re-registered by Labor Day consecutively. And so we have car number 1 and car number 2 right here. And these guys will have like a medical directive in their will. Like Jason will never let him pull the plug on him no matter what, because he's going to keep his number renewed for life. He'll have you like propped up on life support in the year 2085, and like yeah. So these are numbers 1 and 2 here. So a lot of people get their number, they want to keep their number. It's hard to get low numbers now, but they're gone. But yeah, man, this is the place to ask questions. This is where most of the community hangs out.
Yeah.
It's here on Friday nights on this channel.
We have a link to Duct Tape Garage.
Huh?
Who's there?
Duct Tape Garage?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a link? Yeah, there's a link back in here. What's in my throat?
My fingers.
What we got going on? Well, I'm live from Larry's Pneumatic Service in Bluefield. I'm down here because Rabid Transit Garage and Indirect Connection are vacationing in beautiful southern West Virginia doing the ATV thing that I can only watch here and see them all fight. I don't know what they do, but they all come in here with trucks and trailers and ATVs and this stuff, and they disappear into that part of the country for a while. And then most of them come out, some of them post bail, a lot of them break stuff. And I don't know what they do, but they're participating in it, so they're down here.
From my understanding, there was some negligence today. So.
Yeah, part of the course. Bad Tree Blake says, kick them out. Filthy Wisconsin guys are probably drunk and smell like cheese.
Not yet.
Surprisingly, not yet. Not yet.
I haven't had a sip of alcohol this week.
Well, you can do that right up here. It's a
Some
nice
Duct Tape.
restaurant with good cheese. They have alcohol right up here.
You know, we went to some ATV resort, and the first question I asked, their cheese curds were Wisconsin cheese.
Yep.
She said no, they're from West Virginia.
No.
Well, I'm gonna
She's never been asked that before, I'm sure.
be a little judgy.
I was judgy. They were good.
Oh my gosh, Busted Radio Garage says, look at the heads on them guys. What's up, fellas?
Hey, Chris.
Howdy, Chris. Thanks for joining us. Laura says okra is a lifestyle around here. RC Industry says you gotta eat the okra, man. There's Mater's Workshop. SRP says, what's going on here? Shenanigans, you see it. Rabid Transit J showing you he can both post and be here simultaneously. Slant Daily Professor P, howdy. Danny Boy wants me to make the shirt say okra. No.
That's bad.
Well, it does say just say no to okra. So.
Well, that's.
Smoke, drugs, not okra, or no?
It's Erno.
Yeah, Erno.
That's
Well, you know,
our lingo.
That's right. You're from there. You guys know that.
Yeah, it's not OR, it's ER.
That's right.
Erno.
You guys got all kinds of weird stuff you say up there.
We?
Yes. Oh, so you needed an interpreter while you've been down here, haven't you?
Yes.
Okay, so what's the best thing you've heard while you've been down here?
I don't know, I couldn't understand them.
You're fluent in it. Yeah, you're fluent in the local dialect. You speak it better than I do. I understand it. Yes, yes.
I actually did some research on it. It's actually because the people here, so I think they lose the sentences are so from, like, you know, how they speak overseas, but in English. So like some of the sentence structuring is different. You know, you speak Spanish, you look the.
Okay. The person who told you that probably says appellation, which is a big giveaway. They're not from here, and they don't know what to talk about.
No, some Shay girl on TikTok.
Okay.
She lives in Kentucky. She lives right over the border.
Oh my God. Okay. The ones you're talking about, you can't understand. They talk like they've got about 6 ounces of wheel balance weight on one side of their jaw, and you can't understand them. Because they're not even different stuff, but they just talk like they got like a bunch of red man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
That's the way it was.
It actually sounds like
exactly. You know exactly what.
It's like they took all that big leaf chew, like chewing gum out of the package.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So we dump in the garbage.
Buff wants to know if I'm drinking gasoline. No, but I'll tell you what, it's got me choked up. It's RV antifreeze I'm drinking.
Looks like tax-free diesel fuel.
No, it's just flavor, and I put in this gallon of water.
Who has ever seen lime green diesel?
I never have. Lime green diesel.
Lime green diesel.
Yeah. We ran into an issue on the way down here.
Why would it be lime green?
Why would it
Lime
turn
green
the-
is this bottle. The diesel that came out of the fuel filter in my truck.
And the fuel filter turned black. It looked like algae.
Lovely. 38 races here. Stephen Oates just driving. Well, howdy. Glad to know you're still fogging the mirror, man.
Steven.
No, so he did a call out. Actually, Ian, his son, did a call out on my wife on Slant 6 A-bodies.
Yeah.
I don't even see if she responded to that yet. I'm sitting right next to her, too, and I never looked.
How many saw Ian's call out today? Unfinished Project did put up the link for the Name Nationals. If you got questions there, you need to register. Go there and do it. That'll answer a lot of your questions. Lars puts up the link to Duct Tape Garage. Go check out his channel. As always, as Duct Tape Garage, what I always say is go check them out and see if they earn your sub. Because these guys, you all have earned it on your own. And I don't want anybody to say, you know, no charity here. You guys earn everything you get. You got good channels, worthy channels. And most people in this chat either are or were No Name 500 guys. So. And you're going to get there. Bobby Frizzell Racing. Hey guys, running late. We just stopped for the night. Got us a room. Be in and out. Well, cool. Hope you're having fun. RC Industry saw the call out. Yeah. So One Finished Project. He sees everything.
Yeah, no.
That dude, he doesn't miss anything.
No.
You know he's a real person.
I've heard
And
that.
it's still sitting under a
I've
tarp.
heard that.
Yeah, for real.
Hey, speaking of
I've
that,
heard about it.
speaking of dark sports, we went to a museum today at Pocahontas Coal Mine.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a picture of a dark sport on their wall.
Did you go to you went to the exhibition coal mine,
Yep,
right?
yep.
How was it?
Good.
Did you see
I
the
liked
fish fossil?
Who?
The fish
Yes.
fossil. Okay. What did they tell you about the fish fossil?
Guess what it was. Guess what it is. What's her name? She didn't say anything about it. She just said, you know, just showed the kind of the fossils and
Yeah.
so, that's pretty cool.
It's a prehistoric fossil.
Yeah, it looked
We
really.
had glacier mountains here that got uplifted.
Yeah.
And that was underwater, and that's where a fossil came from.
Yeah.
Depends which tour guide you're talking to.
Hey, Dustin.
Steven says, paid for the slants new cam today. Yep. Fiberglass okra. That's about what okra tastes like, doesn't it, Jason?
I don't know.
Hope McDonald has a car half-wit labs. Howdy. The bio keeps growing. What about slant six pickup trucks? What about them? I like them.
Bring it.
What's not to like? Lars puts up the link to Ian's call-out video.
Cool.
Country Boy Gas Garage. How's it going, sir? He said, it's been a while. Hope you're all doing well. Well, thanks for stopping by. So we're in a different location today. We're in Bluefield, West Virginia doing this live. These two guys came down from halfway across the country to be here doing their ATV thing. And we're all live tonight. Yeah, we got two here and two camera shy ones there. Oh, it's usually the interpreter, so if we get Bluefield dialect in the chat.
Right.
Usually they just heckle me from over there. Being so afraid, he ran to the back. He didn't go to work. Smoke Wrench Garage. Howdy, Smoke Wrench Sean. Hope you're well. Indecisive Garage says now we know why his channel name is Unfinished Project. YouTubing too much. Actually, Rich calls him Unfinished Projects in the plural. Little RTG. Father, why are you leaning back so much?
Hi, Brock.
I was going to say, hey, Rocky.
Let me tell you, I like his icon, man. That's pretty cool. I like that. Good stuff. We may have a race with RC in this YouTube. You got to make it there first. I want to see it there. Halfwit is driving through Ohio on our way back south from Hot Rod Power Tool. Cool. Nader says, I'm trying to schedule surgery on my hand the week before No Name Nationals 2025. So you're trying to schedule the surgery for the week before. That'd be interesting. Dust Devil Garage says, sweet cornbread, that is all. He's trying to start a fight.
Yeah, I actually had off this week for Hot Rod Power Tour, but I drive in Chicago every day, so I didn't have any interest in going this year.
Yeah, unfinished price is what I'm talking about. Buck wants to know who's bringing the six-cylinder cars to Notre Dame Nationals.
At least one.
Now I'll be bringing a four-cylinder and eight-cylinder. I don't have anything in between. I'm not going to dare try to drive the Jeep that far. I had to leave in August.
Right.
38 says, I missed it. Who called who out? Well, there's a link to that call-out video. Lars put it up. Check it out. Old McDonald says, I see Israel is making a mostly peaceful airstrike. I heard about that.
Heard about that today.
Yeah. SRP says, so how many no-name national contenders this year? We won't know until it happens. Because what happens is a bunch of people register when it first opens up, then there's a lull all summer, and then a bunch of people register at the end. And so I don't know how many this year. Consistently, we have a little over 100 participating channels, and then we have about 200 channels altogether, if you count the ones that are spectators who aren't on the track running the car. So we usually have 200 channels represented, about 110, 20 participating channels. That's usually about what we have every year. But you will never know that until it all settles out, everybody's all registered. So
Race Car Ricky. That's his new name.
that's it.
Race Car Ricky.
That's his alias.
Yeah.
Buff says, Kim and I will be bringing 2 6s. Hopper Rock Guy Garage Russell says, I'm bringing the 6. Race car Ricky with the D100, nothing wrong with that. Halfwit said, ran both car trucks down the track at Summit in Norwalk today. Cool. Buff is talking to some housekeeper with Dean about fixing a gasket. Scott's cheering Israel on. Go Israel, go. Oh, we're caught up on our shenanigans there. Takes a little while.
Yes, it does.
You people want to heckle it live from the studio? You're on this side now. You can.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's incorrect, Scott. My wife has a call.
Yes.
So yes, I guess I still better watch out.
I've got they're not posted yet, but my shorts for both Saturday and Sunday are already done and already uploaded. And so I'll give you a preview of this one. It's the car show in downtown Bluefield, Virginia. So there that is. So you'll see that short on my channel. And then I've got this dude here, a short with his 57 Chevy. You'll want to see that. I saw that car over at Lowe's one day cruising by and needed to flag the owner down. All right, we got a question. We got a question for Ginger. Well, Brian asked it. So, sweet cornbread, yes or no? Sweet cornbread, yes or no? Right. Right. Yeah, Yankees make it sweet like a pound cake. Yes. I'm for real. You've never even eaten of that, have you? I don't know, but they do. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't have a clue.
Yeah, see, up north, they make the cornbread sweet like pound cake.
It has like there's like a glaze or something.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. But it's supposed to be gravy with cornmeal. Yeah, but not sweet cornbread. No. It is not. No.
This is like a tea conversation.
Cornbread's like trying to chew on a sponge.
Oh yeah. They would have that cornbread at Virginia Tech and huh? I'll make you some good cornbread. I have my grandmother's recipe. No, I don't have a recipe for that. If you want sweet cornbread, go down to O'Reilly and get a tube of gasket maker. That's pretty close. Okay. If you want real cornbread. Oh, look! What is this? Wait a minute. Oh gosh, Danny Boyd says yes to sweet cornbread. He's also from Ohio. Say no, not yes to sweet cornbread. Just say no to sweet cornbread.
Yes,
No, I'll make real cornbread.
Yeah,
No,
bring the no-name this year.
No, I know where we can get it. Look over to Tech. No. No, there's a place at Tech that sells it. It's a Yankee thing. You don't get it around here.
Sweet cornbread recipe.
Now, Dean says yes to sweet cornbread. He's also from, what is it, New Zealand?
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
There's
Steven
a
says sweet
recipe,
cornbread.
right?
Now, wait a minute. Now, you're from Texas, Stevens. You shouldn't be in the sweet cornbread. Now, SRP says he doesn't like bland cornbread. Yeah, we're not talking about bland cornbread. We're talking about sweet cornbread versus real cornbread, right? And real cornbread is not boring. It's good. It's made with cornmeal. It tastes right. Yes. Yeah, Danny Boy says I'm a Yankee. Yes.
Bacon, butter, salt, milk, love, and egg.
I'll make real cornbread. I'll get you a piece of sweet from over 10. I'll get you a piece of sweet cornbread over 10. Athlete just likes cornbread in the story. Unfinished projects have an unknown honey. Maybe. Indecisive Garage says, I don't like it sweet, but I do like it deep fried. Oh my gosh.
I've never heard of that.
Really such a thing.
Yes. I'm telling you. They eat all kinds of weird stuff.
I'll look that up.
Yes, Scott, what is
It's right
it?
there.
She likes it. You know what her favorite thing is? Pizza with anchovies and chickens.
Oh,
Do what?
cornbread is good. We found out recently not all lasagna is created equal. Oh yeah. Hey, you want Rich's lasagna that he made? If you guys have not seen it, and this is a good video. I actually enjoyed this video. So our old friend Rich over there in New Jersey, he had a video where he made lasagna. And I don't know what's in it. We've got mixed, thoughts on what it would be. We don't know what's in it. I'm gonna get a picture of it. I know Laura sent me a picture. This was just too interesting. Yeah, no, look at this and tell me what this is. Because Rich said it's lasagna. Okay. I want you to tell me what this is. Because, okay, is this lasagna?
I've seen.
Okay.
There's something dog does. It does. Look at it. Show them.
Okay.
Seriously.
Well, I really don't know. I'm serious. I don't know. So this is Rich's lasagna. Now I'm not judging. I don't know what the deal is, but I just can't tell what it is. I just don't know. Is it cottage cheese? Is it meatloaf? Is it instant mashed potatoes? Is it drywall? I don't know what he's got in there. I don't have any idea, but it doesn't look like lasagna. So anyway, you can watch that video. I hope he's making food that he loves to eat. It's good. It's all great. I've never seen lasagna that look like that.
Unless that's a new thing.
No.
RC,
I can't cook and I couldn't do that.
RC Industry says
Wisconsin.
RC Industry sent us a $20 super chat and said for the winner of the 6-cylinder race.
I don't know.
Hey, Mr. Lars or Miss Secretary Colleen, if one or both of you could make a note on that $20 for the RC Industry threw in there for the winner of the 6-cylinder race, please let me know. We'll make sure it gets paid out. I would appreciate that. Because that's literally about 1,000 comments from now that I will not remember that. So, but thank you, RC Rick. We appreciate it. Oh, yeah.
Mention it.
Yeah. So, Coke says, Mopar Joe puts ketchup on cornbread. Probably. Coke likes, he believes in all the ketchup you can on your hot dogs. That's what he thinks. That's how hot dogs should be. Should have all the ketchup. All of it. Yes. That's how it's done in Chicago. Swimming in ketchup.
Ketchup is delicious.
SRP says they know Yankee. Oh, yes, it is too. Danny Boyd says there are many, many forms of lasagna. Maybe so. Okay, so this is my little kid wish list thing. I want Chef Boyardee to come back out with the box lasagna. I thought that was the greatest stuff ever. And there used to be a write-in campaign to Conagra to get it back.
Mm-hmm.
I want that stuff to come back. Hot Rod Guy Garage says all cornbread is good if it isn't dry as the desert. Okay. I can go with that. Dust Devil Garage says sweet cornbread is made from sweet corn. It's made from corn syrup. It's made from a bunch of sugar if you're lucky. Okay, Colleen sent me a text. Yes, y'all hang on to that note if you wouldn't mind. We will make sure to put that in the payout pile. I just want to make sure to get it on my list. I don't want to do it right now. Colleen says, I'm a Yankee and I say no sweet cornbread. My grandmother was German. Well, that's because you moved to the South and assimilated. Mayor says here in Texas, we cook it either deep fried or spicy. Okay. Danny Boyd wants to know, can one make cornbread from candy corn? That would be a huge negative, but if you do it, make us a video. Andrew Nelson is here. Good evening from Mid-Black 57. Andrew Nelson. Okay. You're a man of culture and class. You're also from Pennsylvania. This is going to be interesting. What say you on sweet cornbread? Do you think cornbread should be sweet or not?
I can tell you on this. We got Steven added $20, Golf added 10. Kim added
Oh, okay.
21.
We're coming upon them right now. Oh, I see them. Okay. So whatever comes in the super chat, I'm going to match the 30%. I'll match that out of pocket off just what comes in on this channel personally. And so we'll pay this out in gross to the winner of the 6-cylinder race. So, yeah. If Miss Secretary, if you can help me keep tabs on that, that would be Greatly appreciate it. Hello, Chris Blotix. Thanks for joining us. Dust Devil says, my mom's from Mississippi and doesn't like sweet cornbread either. I like all of it, though. That's right. That's because she comes from where food is good.
Right.
That's right. Daddy Boy likes his mom's lasagna. Yeah, my mom made good lasagna, too. Levi orders some shops for Laguna. Hot Rod Guy Garage is we having a 6-cylinder race. I must have missed that. Apparently we are. It's an organic thing. Hey, you guys want to have a 6-cylinder race? We'll put it on the schedule. You guys want to stick money in a jar? We'll pay it out. It's that simple. Oh my gosh, that Brian's trying to kill me now. He says instant mashed potatoes for the win. That is utter blasphemy. Instant mashed potatoes are like this far above all time, right? I mean,
I'm guilty.
those things are horrible.
I like instant mashed potatoes.
They're made right.
They could be. They taste
Yeah,
good.
they probably are. Instant mashed potatoes.
Not saying they're better than real mashed potatoes.
See, if she's over there saying just stir the cheese into it, we'll be all right. I'm telling you what.
Yeah, you have cheese.
You
Maybe
could have.
it is.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. Yeah.
Yep.
You eat all kind of weird stuff. Huh? Yes. Stevens is all put up to 22.
You have scallop potatoes down here?
It wasn't never on any menu down here.
No, I don't.
I didn't see American fries either.
Yeah, me neither.
So
my mom made them all the time. Scallop potatoes. I never see them down here.
there's a lot of things you won't see down here, you guys. It's different. Although this is not an area for food culture at all. This is an area for food around the side of the building. Right.
I love cottage cheese, but you're absolutely right on the ricotta.
Yes. SRP said a lot of Italians in the hills of West Virginia. It's funny you say it because there's I don't know if you can see it from where we're sitting, but there's a big stone wall that runs along here, and a lot of stone buildings, brownstone.
Yep.
And the Italians did all that at the turn of the century, around 1900. They did all that.
That's what we went to that museum night. They the monuments there talking about the Italians built all
Yes, they did.
and stuff.
They did. There's a lot of stone buildings down here from the late 1800s.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you, Buff. We'll throw that on the pile. So whatever raising super chats for this, I'll match it in gross, and that'll be pay out for the winner. Winner take all. Unless you guys want an 80-20 split or something, whatever, but as of right now, it should be winner take all. Crystal says, thanks, Dean. I'm not too worried. I'm pretty crazy myself. I think Crystal should come with a warning label. Evans No Par Scott says, I'll pitch you in 20 for the Slant 6 race as well. I want to see Ian win it.
I'm fine with that too. I'd really like to see you get your car there.
Yeah. For real.
Yeah, for real.
Any of them.
Which one of them?
I don't care.
Any of
Which car you bring up?
Any of them.
I'd like to see the Corvette get there. Just so we saw it run.
I'd like to see the Charger get there.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
Well, I would too.
It'll be a car one day.
It will be.
Steven says, I can't get the super chat to work over my connection. Yeah, man, that's cool. Whatever. But I'm just saying, whatever comes in for that, we'll make it pay out. Bear Rose has sent us $21. Rick, I see yours. I bet you $1. Okay. Add $1. Okay. He's going to see it. Raise it $1. All right. Cool. Sounds good. Thank you, Bear Rose. Thank you. So we're up to what, $51 in the pump for the slants? Not the slant, but the 6 race. Cool.
Yeah, is this a Slant 6 race or just 6?
It just I just saw 6. Listen, I don't know.
Didn't see it
I don't know. I didn't organize this. All I see is there's a 6-cylinder race.
It's been a long time
It's
to be
just
that
kind of
dominant.
happening.
I'm just,
It's just kind of happening.
yeah. Hey, that's good. I'm good with that. We'll have a
The
6-cylinder
Vulcan's going
race.
to come in here and take everything.
We'll put it on the run order. I need to let Ron know, unless Ron drifts to the chat tonight. Okay, Dust Devil now says, because he's wanting to pick fights on food, this is his thing. How about beans in chili?
Absolutely.
Yeah, chili should have beans in it, right? Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
We're in agreement here.
And they belong on hot dogs.
So we got
Cheese.
two Southerners, two Yankees that both agree on this, so it has to be right.
I can do either one.
Now our tiebreaker Southerners in the back here. So if we really get one that we can't agree on,
You have to do the
we'll have to go get it.
okay. Breaking tie.
That's it. Danny Boyd says instant mashed potatoes are good if you ain't got a mixer. No, dude, go get a mixer. Put a loan on your truck and go get a mixer. Stephen Hoth says just say no to instant mashed potatoes. That is correct. That is the right answer. I just met with a contractor today about doing some drywall work for me. And I'm going to tell him he can use some instant mashed potatoes. He needs to like fill in any gaps or anything. They're drywall. It's like somebody took a rasp and just went over some gypsum drywall, and it's someone like you put cheese in a potato. And so this thing's pretty good. They're not even. Are they soap flakes? They're not food. They're just. So Andrew Nelson says we joined late. What's up with the 6-cylinder? Just organically, some people in the chat are like, "Hey man, let's raise 6-cylinders." So they started throwing money in the super chat. We've got $51 in the pot in super chats, and whatever that is whatever the payout's going to be. So you know as much as I do right now. I'm going to give it to Ron. We'll put it in the run order. And y'all want to do a 6-cylinder race? We'll do a 6-cylinder race. I think it's great. How about that, Dallas? Is that called organic organizing or what? Now, Dallas says, I don't discriminate with cornbread. Sweet, normal, spicy. My face only has one eating hole, and it don't care.
Well said.
Yeah, that's about as Dallas' sentence I think I've ever read. Dust Devil saying cheddar cheese and sour cream and instant mashed potatoes. You can have all of that.
Except for that sour.
Yeah, isn't that weird? That reminds me of Black Sugar. Talking about you see the one with the chowder, potato salad. And they said invariably Karen comes to the cookout with potato salad. She puts something unnecessary in it, like raisins, ruins it. Sour cream to me is like that thing that they stick in there till last minute to ruin it. Okay, Mater says he's going to see about making some sweet cream cornbread with jalapenos for No Egg Nationals 2020. See about it? If you want to bring it, bring it. Yeah, instant mashed potatoes is like Klinger is the best looking chick in the unit. Okay, we'll go with that. Is this the kind of thing you think up when you're on a ship for 300 days? That's what it sounds like. Now, Dean says, my people have been eating cheddar cheese and pineapple on a stick for 400 years. I think I lost some time on the end of my life just reading that passage. My gosh.
Oh, man.
I mean, it sounds.
He's been too close to Vegemite sandwiches.
It sounds pretty good, but, you know.
No.
I like pineapple. You like pineapple on pizza?
I don't like pizza or pineapple on anything.
See,
I don't want to see it grow.
now, that's the one thing that's kind of Yankee I do like is pineapple on pizza.
Cheese, sausage, and mushrooms.
Yep.
Now, RC is brewing the No Name Nationals beer tomorrow. Let me know if you need a bottle of it, and I'll save you one. These guys are beer consultants. I know nothing about beer. I don't drink beer. Thank you, Colleen. I appreciate that. So Lars is the lieutenant, Colleen is the secretary, and they really helped me with this stuff. So thank you, guys. Mohawk says I can't do spicy, but honey is awesome on cornbread. That surprises me. You think Mohawk can do spicy? You think that's how his hair got that way? Crystal Onyx says instant mashed potatoes. Yuck. High five right there. Yep. Not everyone has a mixer, dude. You can get a. This is 2025 in America. How hard is it to find a mixer for nothing?
I mean, you can think of Amazon and they'll have it delivered to you before you even pay for it.
Isn't it like one of the pan mashers?
Yeah, you can
It
mash
looks
them
like
by
a
hand.
gridiron thing.
Yes. Yes. I'm serious. I bet you could go to a yard sale and get a mixer for $5.
You raw potatoes?
Do I eat raw potatoes? No, because I have an oven. Because I have an oven. Yeah, Andrew, I don't know. What I'm saying is these people just said they want to raise 6 cylinders, and so whatever they throw in the pot here in Super Chats, whatever the payoff is. I don't know. Nothing I organize, but these people want to have a 6-cylinder race. What 6-cylinder race? Although I know you asking that will probably have fewer people that want to have a 6-cylinder race, not an open comp race. Vader's wanting to pick Coke spraying about a 46 RE. Did you try the stuff that we suggested? Don't tell UTG why. You're not going to show up in hashtag and all that stuff. Buff said they were slant 6s until I came in with my 200 cubic inch Ford. Yeah. Hand masher for mashed potatoes. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Real mashed potatoes shouldn't be too smooth. You don't want them to get runny.
No.
You gotta have like structure to them. Now you guys do come from mashed potatoes country, so
Yeah.
you know good mashed potatoes.
It has to hold the cheese, the
Yes.
bacon, and
Yes.
sour cream.
I gotta tell you, the good mashed potatoes, you know, they're good with just butter. And you can add other stuff, but like if they have to have that to be good, then they're not good. But if they're already good, if you add that stuff, that's okay. You instant mashed potatoes. You don't add that stuff, they're unpalatable. I mean, maybe to Jay, but you know,
I'm the guy that eats raw potatoes with a little bit of salt in it.
you would think you came from Ethiopia and stuff. I don't know why.
Love it. It's great. White potato,
That's great.
I was the same with mushrooms.
mushroom, same way.
Okay, Rick here's saying I can't do instant mashed potatoes. I can eat okra, but not instant mashed potatoes.
How can you eat okra and not instant mashed potatoes?
Oh, well,
No,
Rick,
wait. How can you eat okra?
Yeah.
I just put the question mark there.
You had to drop the anchor there. It is good
Ugh.
enough.
On purpose?
Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm going to leave it. We got to show this. So, since you're here and since we kind of have people drift in and out, we've got to show this shirt. Speaking of okra. So, the people at Lambert's, the nice people, offered Jason okra a time too many a few years ago. So, he literally has this shirt. Just say no to okra. And then when they asked him about the 5th time if he liked something, the answer was still no. Which I think is just fantastic. And we'll show off his handiwork here. This is just great.
That's something my wife's handiwork behind.
This is just great.
Oh, no, I did it.
Indirect connection shirt. Yeah, I know what's being burned down back there. We're next door to the fire station.
That's going to be good. And nothing worse than fire, Jay. And nothing worse than fire, finally.
The Danny Boy says you can grind up potato chips and use them like powdered mashed potato mix and it'll work. Yeah, I bet. Danny Boyd, I think, is the most natural guy who ever lived. That's kind of the impression I get. Buff says, I think I could mix instant mashed potatoes with a box and make some body filler. I would bet you, buddy, you could. I really. Is that what you did your quarter panel with? I would make a great short, you know?
It would be.
Yeah,
Cars smell better.
I'm for real. I really, literally believe you can do that. Yeah, and Dust Devil here, he just keeps pouring gasoline on this dumpster fire of a conversation we're having. White gravy starts the powder. Just get out of here with that, Brian. Just take your nasty K&W cafeteria. Go get a cane bean from an old woman for talking about that stuff in here. All right, Levi says instant potatoes are literally dehydrated potato fillet flakes that get rehydrated, and you make a mashed potato bowl without the BS. Oh my gosh. See. Okay, here's the sensible one of the pair right here, Brooke, who says instant mashed potatoes are disgusting.
They're probably sitting next to each other doing that.
See, right there, Levi, you see that? That's why you should marry her, right there. That woman has sense. Right there. SRP says cheddar cheese and sour cream, absolutely. Yeah, whatever floats your boat. Blue Grit says, unfortunately, Anna does not want to drive the 6-cylinder custom manual. She wants to race Jason with her 67 Mustang.
You mentioned it.
You should teach her how to drive a manual. Steven says, it started with my son Ian's call out of Tanya Fong from Indirect Connection and an upcoming call out with RC Industries. Okay, there you go. There's the story on it. So Andrew wants to come in there and 4,200 everybody's brains out.
Right.
Dust Devil's done with the food violence. Okay, thank you for the small miracles too. Danny Boyd says we are barbarians. You gonna make a cameo before you cross the Atlantic? Dizzy said, I made cornbread hush puppies with my catfish for dinner. Cool. Do you make your hush puppies golden so it looks like Trump's hair color, Dizzy?
I can't even hear the word hush puppy without thinking of Smokey and the Bandit.
SRP says, I'm a Flatlander of Virginia. Are you kidding me? I just did a video that's going to be up on the Tour Angie channel of the steepest streets in this town. And I'm telling you, Angie was fit to be tied going up some of these. You ought to see some of these streets.
There's
Oh my gosh, man.
I was actually going to break the trailer here, and I'm like, no, I don't want to park in that.
No, I can tell you. There's this street right here, South Mercer. It is really steep. There's one of them that's so steep, I don't think I can pull up. I think I can back up. High
Really?
Street. But she wouldn't let me go up. She was too scared of it.
I was going to use that cop car Durango to pull the truck.
Barrow says his day job is as an industrial mechanic and fabricator in a potato processing plant. Wow. If you've seen what I've seen, you wouldn't touch that stuff. I believe you. I don't want to see it.
I think that goes for every
That's probably true. I have a friend who's a health inspector. I say, yeah, he'll eat anywhere. I'm like, I don't know how.
We work on the industrial process.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? I just have to have a good immune system. Don't think about it, I guess. Disney said you ought to try my homemade white and chocolate gravy. I'm not a gravy guy, but I bet you make some good stuff. Disney says Tina's people eating tasty animals. We'll go with that. Danny Boyd says I can just use one of those drywall mud paint mixers. Use my cordless dry. I don't know why not. Steven says we do have a 170 straight 6 and a 63 fair lane. But I had too much on my plate to bring it to. Understandable. Sounds blistering fast. Steven says he ate okra in front of you in April.
It was horrible. I was traumatized. Not only okra, what's the other thing we ate? Gizzard or something. It was something like, I can't even do this.
Dizzy started cooking when he was 5. Cool. Mohawk said, I remember being so poor we couldn't afford the water to boil potatoes, so we ate them raw. Back in Mohawk 1862. RC Industry says, I may try and make some instant mashed potatoes and fill in some of the rust balls. You know, you should do that. You really should do that. I want to see this.
I do too.
I really want to see it. I think it would be better than most people think.
Yeah, see fried gizzards.
I really want to see that. Rick, I think you'll get better than 10,000 views out of your short if you do that. Tag Bondo Billy on it, say use instant mashed potatoes for body filling. I want to see it. That will be the highest and best use of that stuff. That or oil dry.
Kind of animal would be trying to chew the side of the bed off. Made out of instant mashed potatoes.
Well, they sure haven't bundled all the wiring now because it has all the soy in it.
Levi will just eat a potato without the hassle. Okay. Whatever works for you. Waiting for Professor P to jump in. I don't know what Professor P is. If he wants to jump in, he can text me. No, we're just, for those of you who haven't been here, so we're coming to you live from Larry's Pneumatic Service in Bluefield, West Virginia. These two decided they wanted to vacation down here in ATV country, and this is where it is. So I said, well, gosh, you guys are going to be like right here, near where I am. So come on over to the shop. We're here. That's it. Danny Boy's talking about Red Lobster. We actually still have a Red Lobster. There's never been one in there. But it is.
I think we have.
Yeah, there's one on 27th Street or
Yeah,
Highway 100.
no one.
I know something I really want to do here. And unfortunately, I don't have it here. All right. You bring us. You and Jay need to get a piece of gum out of that tub right there. I want your opinion on something.
Okay. Like today?
Yeah. Well, you're the more you can get to. I'm kind of stuck in between. Grab each you piece. I want your opinion on something.
What?
Just each of you a piece.
They were there this thing. You chewing one?
Okay. Yeah, these for each other here.
Right now.
Yeah,
We got here.
yeah, piece for you, piece for Jay. Yeah.
Great flavor.
Yeah. All right. All right. So I want you guys each try a piece of that.
Yeah, so you're waiting to see what happens, aren't you?
just each try a piece.
I never even heard of grape though. It's always the same bland, tan.
Have you been around a while?
Okay.
Like,
What year do you think that's from?
2005?
1992.
I don't have any idea. But I thought I could beat that Dr. Pepper short. I don't know what year it is. But I remember I tried these out there. That stuff is it's hard as a glue.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Little stiff. Oh,
Yeah. that needed to be done.
Non-court confessions. Did they have a name change and get bought out by somebody?
I don't know. All right.
this is the same as that. Fruity, whatever. It runs out of flavor in like 13 seconds.
All right.
Fruity.
All right. So
So we got that.
this is what they hate. Now, you would take the American letters. This is the craziest thing. I mean, you just don't know. Like,
Yeah, it had a,
I can't even collapse it.
it had a,
Listen, I literally could sand it. So you'll grab a sander out of it.
it had a whitish tint.
Well, okay. We should back here. Yeah, hammer on this stuff. Jason's looking for a day.
I think it's predates dates.
So yeah, we they okay. So Colleen wants to know big steak on instant mashed potatoes. Bumper says I look fitter. I guess I have worms. Indecisive Garage is a friend who races a Ford pickup truck with an inline 6 homemade wood intake and a 4-bar running lower weapons. Well, that's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Just Bazooka Joe. I don't know.
I was hoping you'd start getting softer, but it's really not.
I don't say anything. When she gets back, we'll see she'll try these. I can't do it to Ben because he knows. What are they eating? They're trying to.
I'm not giving up, guys.
It's gum. It's just turned to
I'm not giving
stone.
up.
This gum is turned to stone. We don't want to say anything. We're going to try to get another reaction. I had to share the love for the Dr. Pepper short I did the other day.
See you there, Dizzy.
Later, Dizzy. Jethro would have a hard time chewing this. Okay, why don't you try something? You got a piece of that? No. Here we go. Try this, see what you think of it.
Look at the cheeses.
You eat
Of
what?
course you are, Cheez-Its.
Yeah, I mean, Cheetos.
Here, try this and see what you think of it.
Why?
There's more fun flavors.
Just come back here and try it, baby. See what you think. No, come back here. You gotta tell them what you think about it.
I got Cheetos on that one.
Get the Cheetos out and try it.
It's good.
Right.
Yes.
What,
They're vouching for it.
there's how many different flavors?
Or fun flavors. Good luck.
Fun flavors? Bubble gum.
There used to be.
We were trying to figure out what year that gum is from. It's practically.
Where's the wrong?
We had put that on the counter for I don't know how many years. If he was in here, I'd ask him. SRP says I should wear a hat. Yeah, I guess.
Nobody asked me.
Ask him what year that tub got up here.
I did. Did. How old is this bubble gum?
That's it for conversation.
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh man.
It's rough, Ricky. It's rough.
I'm telling you. Yes.
He says it's a year or over a year.
Over a year. That thing's been there for before COVID. I know it
He
has.
said it's about much too.
This gum
He
is
said it'll get easier to chew.
this gum is swine, and he could use it for repair on the mower neck spindles. These riders.
He said, just keep chewing. It'll get easier.
Oh, I know.
as you go.
I know. Well, I've tried these before. See, I knew what I was getting into. I knew these.
That was there before
Sweet.
Huh?
That was there before COVID.
That gum was there when his dad was here. That was over 4 years ago.
I'm still trying to chew into the
Over a year. Yeah, over a year. Yeah.
first.
Him saying that's over a year is like
See,
my
it's got the
wallet is
cheesy bits.
over a
It's
year
still got-
old.
It's still got the big.
It's not gonna let go of that.
uh,
It's not gonna let go of that cheese.
That tub has been there over a year, like my wallet is over a year old.
It's good.
SRP wants to know who the gal is in the background. It's not the same one from Rich 220's lasagna video. Colleen says hit the like button, everybody. Cool. Dougster gives us an update on the CRT ship pack. All clean, polished, flat sanded, and drilled. Valve body build begins tonight. Cool, man. We want to keep up with that. That's going to be cool. You've got Dougster has the first commercially available CRT ship pack that he won before you could buy. He has the very first one in kit form ever. Yep.
We get back from vacation, and then probably gonna go pick up the American.
Cool.
That's done.
One-eyed cat says hello, hello from deep in the woods of West Virginia. Well, that's actually kind of where we are too. Just the other end of the state.
My jaw's starting to hurt.
I'm telling you.
It's popping. Wow.
Hey, you know what's even better? You put that stuff outside on the windowsill and then try it.
I'm thinking you could mix this with the mashed potatoes. Make it bulletproof. Something.
Should put this one on your DVD back window.
Yeah, right.
Number, let's see what you got. I mean, the big thing is you need to make 30 shorts in 30 days. You know, we'll figure it out. But it's still fun. I mean, I've got Saturdays and Sunday shorts uploaded right now. scheduled to drop. SRP says, I stand for West Virginia. Cool. Well, we're only, what are we, maybe a mile from the border, the Virginia border here? Maybe a little more than that. Mile and a half or two to Bluefield, Virginia. So close.
It's not more.
Dougster says you wouldn't believe how warped the upper and lower pieces were. They were comfortable. Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, I believe it. I think it's about bodies. It's interesting. Yeah.
I'm calling it quits, dude.
Yep, I'm telling you. Yep.
It
Yep,
bounced.
I can't. Yeah. Telling you what.
I'm giving up.
Woo. It's rough, isn't it? Evans Mopar Scott says Brewer Performance will be delivering the 4-speed rebuild kit today. Cool. We got good people up there. Time to get my dart back on the road, family. Good deal. Good deal. Down in the flatlands, nothing. We're in the mountain state. And you went to visit, both of you go to visit the coal mine?
Yep.
The Pocahontas Exhibition Coal Mine, the tallest coal seam in North America. Most coal mines have a little low seam. You take these little cars to get in there. That one is 13 feet high.
Yeah.
And see, it's literally like a 2-story coal seam. It's actually pretty cool. And the whole mine is above ground.
Yeah. That was actually a surprising thing to me. I see that it was above ground. You can see the other end of it. We also went around the corner.
Yep. It's different. Now y'all been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very cool.
Yeah, they don't call West Virginia the Mountain State for nothing. Noodles and noodles. Cool.
Scott should bring that car. Scott's got a, Scott, what is it? Like, help me bring the option. The Dart, the burgundy one. Rebuild the 4-speed in. He's getting the stuff from Brewers. That'd be a perfect car to drive. 1,900 miles, 1,800 miles to Sexton.
Sure. Dougster says, I do not care for sweet potato.
I don't either.
Okay, but they're okay.
Never did.
Danny Boy says they're okay as long as there's enough marshmallows. Yeah, okay. I like sweet potatoes okay. Steven says 65 dart with a 340 and an 833. Yes, all that sounds really good.
Yeah. Beautiful car.
Yes. All for it. Yeah, gonna go back up Scott's Way sometime.
I'm going to be eventually.
Yeah.
Yep.
You get a Courier 400 back.
Yep.
I've never owned a 400.
I never have either.
One of these years it'll happen. Main Street Mopar. I liberated the engine bay wiring harness from my wrecked Fifth Avenue while listening to the live. I hope to have all the unnecessary wiring called down tomorrow. Good. You know you've got 96 days, 2 hours and 50 minutes. So Dougster says nope on the yams. Okay. Well, Dougster, tell me, what is your favorite food? What would it be? If Dougster gets his last meal, right? The condemned man gets one meal, right? What is it?
I would say potatoes, but he's giving them all away the last time.
Well, yeah, he's giving
You
them
give away with favorite food.
I
Say
do.
that potato. I know you did.
I
It rolled,
forgot
it
to
rolled on the floor of the car. And he ate it.
Okay, speaking of that, I try not to tell these just weird unrelated stories up here, but also since you mentioned that, I'll tell them. When I was at automotive trade school years ago, the guy who was the desk next to me worked with the guy at this oil change place in Blacksburg. I don't know what that guy's name was, but he would change oil in a bathrobe and slippers. At his job, changing oil at this equipment place. He would also, he had this is George Foreman grill. He made everything on it, right? And he cooked these little sausage links on it, and he had a little plate of one time when he came in the waiting room, the people in the waiting room, in his bathrobe, in his slippers, then he changes oil in. And he drops one of these off the plate and it rolls across the floor of the waiting room of an oil change place. He walks over and grabs it, picks it up, and eats it right in front of the customers.
That's delicious.
In his bathrobe, his oil-stained bathrobe and slippers. And then another time, Dave saw a screwdriver in the box. He's like, what in the world? It looked like great stuff on the screwdriver. He's like, what in the world have you done with the screwdriver? Dude, this is before camera phone, unfortunately. And I've heard this story about 4 different people who actually saw it, so I think it's true. He shimmed his Foreman grill up so he could make pancakes on it. And he stirred the batter with his Phillips head screwdriver and put it back in the toolbox.
Yeah, this is a flathead just to get the sludge out of it.
I heard that from Dave. I heard it from the dude that owned it.
Yeah.
I heard somebody else. I think it's probably true. Dust Devil Garage. What states are considered Appalachia? I've heard it all my life, but never knew. I don't really know. All I know is these are the Appalachian Mountains. And people who say Appalachia aren't from here. I know that. It's always entertaining to me to hear people from up north try to articulate to me what this place is like.
Elite.
Yeah, how would you guys describe this? Okay, so if you had to write an essay on what Southern West Virginia, have you ever been here before? Mm-hmm. Okay, how would you articulate what this place is like to somebody?
I think the strangest thing to me is the lack of yards. Because you're in the mountains, you see a house, and there's like the yard ends like 3 feet behind it.
Okay.
That doesn't happen by us. A half acre is like, it's not enough.
Well, it's hard enough to clear out the house.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't get enough houses here. When the house is done, they move out of it, they just leave it dilapidated forever.
Okay, so
You can't
that's
do that
where I
with
was going
people.
with that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the same thing the lady said the one minute. She said when the
Yeah.
gold companies moved out,
Yeah.
went from like 130,000 people in Welsh to like 900. And when the people that passed away or moved, they just left it.
Yeah, there's all kinds of abandoned houses.
Right.
You can buy a
Crazy.
2-story house from the 20s here for about $5 grand.
I can't even imagine.
I'm not kidding.
You can't even buy
All around right here where we're sitting. This is the hood right here, right? You know what? Okay. Okay.
No.
So the tax ticket, not the tax ticket, the deed record card that you can get through. Mom paid what? Well, that house was like $6,000 or something. The dude who bought it, she sold it for $6,500 or something, right?
She bought that house for like $20,000, and then she remodeled it for like $20,000 in it, and it sold it for $6,000.
That house sold, a 2-story house, was it like 4 bedroom,
Yeah.
2 or 3 bathroom?
You got 1 bathroom, 4 bedrooms, it's a 6-story house.
$3,750 in the year 2020. Yeah, that shows you.
Yeah, they sold it for $12,000, but she sold it for $6,000.
That expression,
I was sitting there like, gee, that much money is this?
location, there's a lot to that.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the hood all up behind here.
Right by the police department.
It is falling. There's a church right behind this building that the roof is falling into the sanctuary.
There's River State, there's a school that the roof is inside of it, and it doesn't look that old.
No,
That is leave it.
yeah, that is all of the structures that don't look that old. But to be quite honest, are beautiful. Well, we're beautiful.
Yes, the
Well-
people put the S on the Illinois. That's right.
They're just abandoned.
What's that?
Huh? What do we see? Describe what you're seeing. Okay, come tell them.
Oh, that's on somebody.
No, come here, come tell them. Okay, come here. No, come tell them to the back of the camera where they can hear you. You got to describe what you saw. Well, you saw it.
You have to see it.
This is really entertaining, by the way. This whole thing sitting here.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe the stuff you see. Come tell them. All you got to do is, the camera and this mic is right there. Just come tell them.
And all the dogs running around.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, dogs is loose here.
They're everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
They're all friendly.
We rode by a
Yes.
small dog, I don't know what it was, but it had a tumor that was dragging on the ground. And I want to stop and bump it.
Yeah.
And then another one came running out right same place.
So, you know the Whitakers and Softwood Underbelly?
Yes.
Okay. You realize it's only like one county up this way.
I'm not
County, right?
surprised.
It really is. It really is. It's like one county up here. Raleigh County, where the Whitakers are, the inbred people, they're literally one county to the north here.
That's a sad.
When the Whitakers went bowling that time, they went to the bowling alley where we would go after school, the Green Valley Bowling Center. That's where the Whitakers went and bowled on that episode. It's the same bowling alley we would go to after school.
See that?
Next door to it, the same.
Then I heard that was set up.
No, that's real. That I know that bowling alley. I've been there many a times.
Yeah, I seen like because the Whitakers were getting meat from it or something like that.
There was a lot of money squandered. Yeah, it turned into a mess. Humper's last meal will be a 20-ounce T-bone, medium well, mashed potatoes, baked potato, green beans, 2 scoops of cookies and cream ice cream, 2 cornbreads from Boston Market, and his favorite beer from Germany, 1878.
Boston Market's still around.
It wouldn't be cornbread from there, I'll tell you that.
We're not fast.
Mine would be the Chef Boyardee boxed lasagna and a Diet Dr. Pepper.
That's it.
That's it. Appalachia River driveway has to cross the creek. I showed a property one time you had to cross 4 creeks to get to it one time.
That was actually something. Me and my wife were looking south. We're sick of the snow and cold. And that was one of the things. Like 3 or 4 of the properties had the little driveway, or a driveway that across the creek. I'm like, how would you get out of it if it fell in? You're screwed. You can't go home. You can't go to work.
Levi says, I can actually afford a $5,000 house right now. Well, come buy one here. They're everywhere. Falling in. Come buy one.
That's the problem. Doing the job part.
Oh, and they're beautiful houses.
Yeah.
Beautiful woodwork. Yeah, I mean, find one that still has the copper in it. You know. Since you guys are doing our thing.
Yeah, see, like where I'm from, one of the places we lived before I got married in Beloit, Wisconsin, and there'd be entire blocks that they bulldozed and put everything in the ground because you couldn't let the building sit unattended for whatever. The city would just come and take it from you, and then people would move in, like squatters would move in and burn them down, and drunk things would get out of control.
Squatters get shot here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't fool around with them. We don't fool around with them here.
Yeah. Well, the squatters are the next people that are too drunk to care. I mean, they're drunk or stoned or something.
Max Wage Dick Dastardly used solder. He soldered on a metering rod to make it thicker. Cool. I can see it working as long as it doesn't hang up.
You could use that gum.
I can machine that up.
Probably could. Might break the lane.
Dexter says that's why I'm a winner. Yep. Danny Boyd went to sleep in Detroit, he said. He's 500 miles from home. Oh, where did he say? Here we go. He said, last night I went to sleep in Detroit City and woken by gunfire. Gunfire wouldn't wake me up. I'm so used to it from the range, but I could sleep through gunfire pretty easily, I'm sure.
I had to go to a stop in Detroit probably 18 years ago or so now.
Yeah.
If people don't know, I'm a truck driver. I'm local now, but I wasn't before.
The angry truck driver.
Angry truck driver. That'd be him.
You haven't lived until you've been on the phone with Jason while he's driving through Milwaukee or Rochelle.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, my wife does the same stinking thing that he does.
The thing is,
I
I'm
can't
not
get away
like
from
that.
every
Yes.
driver on the road.
Yes.
Violently screamed at.
Yes. Yes.
Especially in Subarus.
Violently.
Yes.
But no, it was in
They never did
Detroit.
anything wrong.
I was in Detroit, and I actually had to sign a waiver so I could leave the parking lot to go to food.
What?
They would not let me out of the gate once I was in it to leave. I had to be there for like 6 hours because the city was that bad. And I walked into this gas station, and man, it looks like I get the waiver. I understood it. I did not fit in. Gas even started to possibly.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You're talking to Jason on the phone. He's going to a place like Milwaukee. We have a nice, normal conversation, and suddenly there'll be like 4 compound adjectives that you didn't even know would go together. It's like,
None of them good.
it's like this huge Tourette's binge or something. It's pretty good, actually.
That is actually the perfect way to explain it.
Blue Ring Garage says, will your cars be up on cinder blocks by the time you leave? Oh, no, not here. We just shoot them. No, we're pretty good here. Atlanta rush hour is quite an experience. Yes, it is. The morning rush hour is the worst. I used to train at Glock, and it was horrible trying to go from the Q 2/3 the way around that 285 loop to get down to Smyrna. It was the worst. It took 2 hours to get there every morning. Lot lizards. Yep. Well, there was a big crackdown on prostitution out here when Obama was president. The scrap prices were soaring, the employment was down.
Yep.
And so they had a big crackdown out here. Just this very avenue, they arrested 30 people out here.
Really?
Yes. Used to see them all the time up and down through here. Not so much anymore.
46 degrees. That's another thing with that music, that whole thing. They repeated like 5 times that I should bring a jacket because it's 45 degrees.
It's cool. They're not that cool.
I'm like, I'm going to be sweating at that.
It's in the 50s in there year round.
I put my hoodie on just because I was
Yeah, there she is.
The boss lady.
Yeah.
Says it's colorful. It's great. It's great. I don't know anything else.
Everybody
like that.
laughs at me, but I'm serious.
Yeah, Steve says that about explains it. That's right. That's great. See? I haven't back yet. Dr. Goes says, I know those 3 guys. I'm from 46-degree rainy Wisconsin. Well, it's 80 down here right now.
I'm warm.
Max Wage Dick Dasher says, I worked right in D.C. Boy, that was fun. Yeah, that's a dirty, awful city. Dustin-Hill's got a good point. That should be your YouTube channel. Just put a GoPro out the windshield.
I've heard that. So Dave was talking about that one day. You have to rename the channel to
Angry Trucker.
Angry
Yes.
Trucker. But like the whole thing would have to be beeps.
That would be so
It would be good, though. Tanya says hi.
Hi, hon. She never calls me honey.
means you're going to get much when you get home.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that is. I'm getting punched.
I don't know what this means. Arrested 20 hookers in Virginia and dozens of Michigan. No, they used to have a bunch of hookers that walked this avenue back in the day. And that's not like a thing like it used to be, but it really was.
Yeah.
At one time. We have had so many interesting, like, there's too many of them to tell. There's a guy here, I wish he was in here right now. He needs to be in here. There's a dude we call the Chain. And he would walk through here and he would go, I don't know where he was coming from here on the east end. He would walk up, we think like the Union Mission down here.
Yeah.
And he had this replica wrestling title belt he carried over his shoulder.
Yeah.
Just because that was normal attire, right? We called him the Chain.
Right.
One day he was walking out here and stood right in the middle of that 4-lane road and held the belt up like this in the middle of the road for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And then just walked on down there. And then one day he was walking through here and 2 dudes and he about to mouth it off. These 2 guys over at this closed down gas station. And he gave both of them a good stomping down. Right on. So you don't mess with the Chain.
I don't mess with them.
I wish Ben was in here because he's seen the Chain more times than I have.
That reminds me of something. We moved out to the county, our third home. Second home, third home. I didn't realize that there was an insane asylum that was in the city.
Yeah.
And you'd see people walking around town that were different, right? Going to the bar and things like that. And there was a guy that used to walk around what he thought was a pet skunk. And it was his pet, but it was dead. So he would constantly walk his dead skunk around the city. Got to the point where you couldn't take it away, but they had to get the police officers had to get the skunk smoke because there wasn't much left of the dead.
That's delicious.
That's horrifying.
That is what.
You want the dead skunk around.
Yes. Yes, on a leash, walking around town, 100-degree weather in a trench coat.
I'm sure nobody messed with this guy at all.
No,
Ever.
he was just part of the scene.
There's no way.
There was another guy who used to go to the bar. We used to call him Rockin'. He'd have headphones on him and a Walkman. The headphones never ended in playing, but he'd be singing every tune of it on that Walkman.
I bet. I wonder what he was listening to. Go ask him. Go ask him if he could lift up his earbud and turn it around. Captain Boo wants to get back on film with the rain and then quit saying that. We don't film a short in the rain, man. Make it happen. You can film a short in the rain. For real. 15 seconds, right?
Yep.
Something cool going on in the rain.
So Dylan posted, yeah. So here's the deal. My wife cooks. She went to school for it. But if I get a steak and mushrooms and a baked potato and all the stuff on it, I mean, we had a conversation a day or two before
Thank you, guys.
discussing whether she should get something or I should get something. If I said no, and that's on the table when I get home, she got it, and I'm gonna be okay with it. That's the thing. Like dogs, say no more dogs. There's a plate of, there's a steak in my plate. Where is it? Every time.
Production wants to know. RC Industry says CD Channel 11 guitar band, no name nationals. Okay. Yes, Barrows is exactly right. Do a short of you not filming because of rain. For real. That's a good short. That really was a good short. Show the rain out the window, spin it around, show yourself not being out there because it's raining.
Jason and I did a short of literally sitting in front of the camera saying, this is a short of absolutely nothing. Just a short standing in my garage. And it actually did really well.
This is be short, very short.
This is short. About nothing. Thanks for watching.
Stephen Oates says we are installing CBs in the cars for No Name Nationals. Cool. Tanya, thanks for entertaining.
Ironically, the dogs that I said no to, all three of them are there.
Yes. Say no to dogs, no to okra,
No, yeah, just no.
no to people not using their turn signal in front of you in traffic.
All of them. No, it's more when I'm behind a car or a car passes me and I'm in the truck and they want to get in front of me, they stop and turn left. Just wait like 2 seconds. Not do it all the time. You're right, there's a cat involved too.
Eddie's got something wild going on here. Cousins call his mom the dragon lady. Go nuts on me and then beaten with a metal hanger, razor strap, and broomsticks. Sounds pretty wild. Didn't Seinfeld make an episode about nothing? Jerry Seinfeld got rich with a show about nothing. SRBs, there's nothing wrong with ATVs. I don't know. They do sound pretty cool. There's one time when you need an ATV. That's when you're showing property. You need a side by side. The perfect thing for showing land. It does tell Garage Diner right. If you want to do a good short, pay Jason to change your ball games. Yes. How many is that ad now? Views?
I don't know, million something.
Just Mopar Joe in the house. How
There
you
you
doing?
go.
He says, how did you get the J's together?
We got lost.
They decided to get duped by what had to be the best tourism brochures on the face of the earth and come to southern West Virginia, what is literally the poorest place in the United States of America on vacation, and said, let's do our live while we're down here. So they're here at Larry's Pneumatic Servicing. Great, I think it's fun.
I like the trails. The Hatfield and Williams trails
That
are
we
pretty
have.
good.
That we have. We got trails. This is ATV country here.
See, originally we were going to go to South Dakota. We were going to go to South Dakota because we've never been there. But they require you to have directionals and horns and a driver's license if you're 14 years old on an ATV. Like, I'm not going to mess with that. So they don't get our money.
Here they require you to spend money. That's about it.
Right, you got to be alive.
Where do you wind up staying? Where do you actually stay?
Staying at the Pocahontas ATV Resort.
There's a Pocahontas ATV?
There's
Oh, cool. Man, you learn something new every day.
Bremwell.
Yeah, okay. I had no idea.
And we stayed by the depot in
And
Okay. Nice.
I'll be honest, my wife did all of it. You set everything up.
There's Billy. Yo, come on, be on YouTube. Come say hi. You could just stand back here. Got 3 of the crew over here. Hey, we were talking about the champ earlier, walking down the avenue with a belt on his shoulder. Now come in, just come behind the camera and tell him. You should come tell him. They're all camera shy here, but they like to let me use the shop, so it's all good. ATV trails are awesome. Oh, hey, Joe. Levi was throwing shade, talking about who's going to mop the floor with the purple barracuda last week. I need to find that and send it to you. I think he thought he was safe because you might not be watching. Yes. How many miles of trails are there? There's a lot.
thousands.
Oh, my.
There's a lot. There's green, blue, and black trails. You go and green is the easiest. Blue is mildly harder. Black, there's no way to go on. We stayed on the green this time. I like putting miles down.
Barrow says, West Virginia tourist tip. Bring a trailer. You're bound to find a low mileage highboy with factory dead Duraspark for a couple. I don't know about that. I mean, I've seen them, but we're talking about the 90s, right?
That's the other weird thing with this area. I can't believe how rusty things are. I would never ever guessed that cars and trucks would be rusty here.
No Part Joe says, Levi, be sure to put sunscreen on this summer. That sun is tough for you kids.
You ain't lying.
Levi says, Joe, I'll have so much sunscreen, the wind you'll want to slip through your hands. Oh my. Well, we'll just see what happens. Levi's enjoying his smack talk. Danny Boyd says, the guy I bought my cab from had a highboy frame too, Southeast Ohio, Coast West Virginia line. There is a truck I wish I had bought here several years ago. It was up on the mountain here near Dow County. Guy had a 72 Ford, or not 72, it was the camper special. It was 2-wheel drive. I want to say it was a 390 C6. Huh?
I'm standing behind you.
Yeah, you can talk to him like that. The microphone's right there. You're closer to the mic than we are.
What's that?
It's right there. We'll talk about all kinds of dirt-tastic good stuff.
A lot of Dodge vans. A lot of B-vans.
What's that?
I see a lot of B-vans.
You guys have seen a lot of interesting stuff here, haven't you? I mean, what's the weirdest stuff you've seen since you've been in town?
Weirdness?
Yes, I know there's plenty of it.
Like I said, I think the weirdest is that the buildings are empty there.
Yeah,
I can't even. I mean, at home, they're screaming if your car's not covered or registered.
Yeah.
Here, you're looking at windows, house.
You just walk
Yeah,
away from houses, yeah. Walk away
It's
from-
just weird.
When you leave here, go up this street
On
and
purpose.
on purpose, and hang a right. And you'll get down to where your bridge is to go across.
Yeah.
But you'd be amazed at the scenery you'll go through up in this neighborhood.
It'll be tomorrow.
Feels like
Yeah.
this.
Sure
It
enough.
feels
Yeah,
straight
it's
up.
steep, but the house, look at the house people just walk like
Yeah.
20, 30 years ago.
It's just, like I said, it's got to be the strangest thing.
Yes, this one had the super long wheelbase. I think.
Yeah, they were weird looking because the rear axle, there was like 30 feet from the back of the cab. I have all the dirt in my sinus right now.
Unfinished project says Cope's live later tonight. Okay, I didn't know Cope was live. Joe says 97 days, Levi. I'll have to get mine out of the trailer sometime since last year. Yeah, well, Joe's taking it easy. 96 days, 2 hours, 23 minutes. Captain Dew says, got my rat truck dodge to fire up to realize my next problem is a Holly 2280. Gone bad and can't find a good rebuild kit at the parts store. And just look around, you can find it. Find everything quick, Carb, I think.
I'm having a hard time finding a Carter BBS, single barrel.
Yeah.
Slant sixes. I'm done with the 1920 Holly.
Yeah.
And I can't find one anywhere. I don't know why.
You talk to Frank Parks?
I can't find one.
Talk to Frank. Barrow says one thing about those long wheelbase Ford trucks, they have the turning radius of Honda. Is what I mean? Yeah, I can see that. I like them. I think they're cool. I always thought those were neat, those super long wheelbase trucks. Southern West Virginia is not the worst place in the U.S. I didn't say it was the worst place. I said it's the poorest place. McDowell County is the poorest county in America. That it is. My mother was born in that county. I was born in the county to the south of it. The place where I was born is about a block from here. It's a parking lot now. Just no bar. Joe says Jay has a scout project in the works.
Yeah.
Stay motivated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Look at this. Levi, look at he is hedging his bet. All I can say is if either of us have park breakages, we're doing a foot race.
I see
This-
a loser and to that come.
This is coming from the guy who breaks every pass at Notre Dame Nationals, telling this to the guy who's never broken a pass at Notre Dame Nationals. And so anyway, just calling that one like it is. Joe, you need to roast him for that one. Joe says, I'll never give up a man professional. He way ahead of me. Yeah, Levi said that one on team for him. Yeah, that's a check. Yeah. Well, I know I've been grabbing gum out of there every now and then for well over more than a year. That gum's been there for years. Captain Dude says my Holly 2280 is a Holly 2280 is a Chrysler two-barrel car for the small block low car. It's supposed to be better than the DVD. Okay, I just like the DVD. To me, you're going to do a two-barrel or four, right?
Yeah.
Why would you?
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
Levi says Joe has broken transmissions, and so have I. Joe's made a lot of upgrades on the transmission. Got most of the Coke stuff in there now. Heaven's No Car Scott says picking up an English wheel for super cheap tomorrow. My world is about to get rocked. What are you going to make with your English wheel?
Just one fact, I've never, ever broken a transmission in my entire life.
You going to break one now?
No, rear ends, yeah, destroyed them. Never had a transmission fail.
Old McDonald's has broken an engine and transmission at the same time.
I've woken up plenty of times with you in transmissions.
And motors and screw.
I have broken an engine and transmission at the exact same time.
That's what Dylan did last year at No Name. The engine went and took the trans with it.
Levi wants a foot race for broken parts. He wants to make Joe drive on the street He's really trying to find a way to win here. Blue Grid says I had a 71 Plymouth Scamp 318 that came factory with a Rochester 2-barrel. A Rochester 2-barrel. That's really interesting. That sure sounds like it would have a quarter BPD to me. What intake would even make that one?
I don't know. I read something that they actually made the same carburetors for oil, like Rochester and Carter.
I'm half tempted to turn that camera around and show you Billy over there. Billy was in my graduating class in '94. And then Ben and Ginger were in '96. So you got 4 people from the same school here at the same time. The cruise doesn't have a winner. No, Joe, we're all winners to cruise. Everyone gets a trophy, remember? You get your participation award for being there. Levi said, I really just wanted rolling shots of our cars. I have other footage other than us racing. Okay. Well, I can get a picture of you both on the starting line. I can have a picture of them both while they're still running. He says Carter was on strike. I believe the intake was a stock 318. Yeah, I'm just wondering what bolt pattern makes that work.
I think it was the same. I think it almost looked identical. It was a really weird thing. I didn't even actually read it on that. I think I read it on something like International Trucks or something really weird.
I have a Rochester 2 jet at the house.
Yeah.
Carter BBD. I'm not taking those things. I'm just how close they are. Now you got me.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Rochester looked like a carburetor. It literally looked like they took the tooling. It was really weird. If that's the carburetor he had.
Dougster on a used 2500 stock burger began draining it. The ATF is perfect. Just today, I noticed a little drain flow. Okay. Evans Mopars says, I've always wanted to design and build my own car from scratch, maybe before I die. You have one. It's
I
called
was
a
saying kind of
Charger.
are right now, Scott.
It's called a Charger. Joe says, maybe we can have AI race our cars based off the videos on the internet. Yeah, there you go.
The 2G, Rochester 2G.
Yeah. SRP says, I'm a Mopar man, but also into ATVs and the TRX 250Rs. I think I said, I think Joe's onto something. See, Joe just gave you another way to win. Why let AI have all the fun? Couldn't answer that one.
Last Honda wasn't even an ATV, I had an ATC 200X 85, I think.
Dougster says it's a Rochester Barrett jet. That's the kind of thing Dougster would know.
Isn't that the same as the what was the thing they put on Fords? The plastic butterflies that we got on a 351M and our Bronco in '79.
Captain News saying the 383 2-barrel, 318 2-barrel different. Yeah, they are. Those are different. I knew that.
Right.
I know those are different.
Variable Venturi.
The 360 is different too.
Yeah, 360 is larger.
Yep.
We had a variable Venturi on our 351M and a '79 Bronco, and that thing would start up immediately at 32 below zero, 80 degrees above. Nope. Really? Absolutely not. It hated life.
Interesting. Main Street Mopar was a 405 when we began this live, 95 subs away. Yeah, Lars indeed. Lars put up the link to Main Street Mopar. Thank you, Lars. Busy says the D&M transmission fluid is purple. See, that would be weird to me, purple transmission fluid. See, it would seem like it's dirty when you put it in. Like you got burned up clutch in it. This chair right here would be a no-go in my house. And Jay can see why. I can't show him on the live, but you can see why that wouldn't work.
Oh yeah.
To me, that would just be like miserable. The back is exactly the wrong place.
Right.
If it was a half-inch higher or lower, it would work. Lars says, no name 500 contender Stinger salvage. Yep, he's right behind Main Street Mopar. They're both very close. Maxwell Stick Dasher had a quadrant jet on my duster. It fluttered and idled and start for gas going down the road. I guess we can start for gas. Yeah, Dallas says I should put a quadrant jet on the van, and I think it's not a bad idea. You can tune them for good gas mileage. Here's the link for Indecisive Garage, No Name 500 contender here. We've got 5 running in the No Name 500 currently. Joe says, I've heard the D&M trick shift is type F that has blue dye. Yeah, I've heard the same. And again, this would be a better question for Coke than I, but I think the fluids that are designed to be trick shift and the friction coefficient of fluid is pretty much something that was before we had the good high pressure valve bodies we have now.
Yeah.
So I think largely with the higher pressure valve bodies and having more clutch material and having better springs,
Right.
and I don't think there's nearly as much need for that kind of fluid as there used to be.
I asked him that question one time. What kind of transfer would you recommend? It's like
Red. Yeah. I like regular old red Dexlon fluid. That's it. No Name 500 contender duct tape garage is right here. And Low Ridge Garage right behind him. These two got some ground to cover, but they can definitely do it. Check them out. Busy was wearing RC Industries tee in the hospital. I wear lots of YouTuber shirts around. I'm going to be wearing the Indirect Connection shirt here pretty soon, too. Right over here.
I actually had a Niblack 57 shirt on today. Right to the shower.
Unfinished projects is don't underestimate the power of blue dye. Captain Dude is telling us on small block low bars, 2-barrel, the bolt pattern is smaller than GMG. I can tell just looking at one. And Fords, only the 4 barrels can fit unless you get an adapter play. I don't know. Something like that. In other words, none of that stuff fits. That's what I'm reading there.
Right.
None of that stuff fits. Old McDonald says with purple transfluid, at least you know it's transfluid that's leaking. Okay. But if,
Usually
you have
find
red,
out when the car won't move.
but if you have red transmission fluid, what else is red? Your engine oil's not red. Your differential fluid's not red.
Well, nowadays, some of the cool looks red. It's
No,
all
that's green.
you know,
Transmission
orange.
fluid is red.
orange.
Orange or red.
Antifreeze is green. Motor oil is black if you run it as long as
Yeah, but and the old stuff, like my truck, it's oats organic, or whatever it is. It's like reddish, orange.
It's purple in the diesel.
And your fuel filter is lime green.
And my fuel filter was lime green. Or my fuel was lime green.
Black. The algae growing up.
No doubt, no kidding. Because
The
lime
algae
green is
growing-
my hat.
It was weird.
Do you have a picture of it?
No, I should have.
Oh.
I didn't.
You should have done a short on that.
I know. I thought
What kind
about
of
it
a
after.
YouTuber are you?
Huh?
What kind of a YouTuber are you?
Terrible one.
Can't count an antifreeze to be green anymore. I don't have anything modern enough to not have green
Right.
antifreeze. My most modern vehicle qualifies for an antique.
Well, even a regular coolant at O'Reilly's now is yellow.
Yeah,
For the old stuff.
Ah, it's too weird. That's too weird.
Actually, I do remember why.
Why?
Because I was before they were
Joe said I heard about a purple Barracuda that ran hydraulic oil last year, no name nationals. Max Wage did Dashley says I lost my no name national shirt and my slant daily shirt. They disappeared. Okay. We'll find them. RC Industry says, I'm surprised the local track here doesn't require the vehicle to have water instead of antifreeze. There's a lot of tracks that are like that and just don't care. They're out all. But I'm just telling you, I mean, antifreeze will make a huge mess. It's extremely slick and very, very hard to clean up. Worse than oil. Captain Dude doesn't like the gold antifreeze. It reminds him to get the drug tests.
It looks like you're in a truck stop and somebody put their bottle out of their truck. I'm dead serious.
Wow, that was awesome. That was awesome. So we had a friend. This one being used to be in here. We had a friend who was an over the road trucker, and he carried this bucket around. Yes, he used it for exactly what you found. But it wasn't even a 5-gallon bucket. It was like a drywall bucket about this big. And he was like 400 and some pounds.
Yeah.
So
You know, you missed it a lot.
we can't even imagine the gymnastics in his bucket. And he thought this had turned over and slept over one day. And I'm just like, the life, I mean, this can't be a normal trucker's life. It has to just be him. But he would tell these stories like it was.
It's more common than you think.
Uh,
I used to hate getting it, like when I started a new company or I get a different truck, in the middle of the seat, right in that area being black. I'm not touching this thing. Absolutely not.
RC Industries saying I used to work at a truck stop and all those bottles be thrown over the side of the parking lot. I had to clean them up.
It was horrible when you drive through the parking lot and hit one and it popped. And it burned on the asphalt. All you could smell when you went to bed.
Oh my God. I never thought about that before.
We
So
did
thanks
now.
to you, I will now. That's one of the most disturbing things I've heard all week.
It's pretty bad. It was gross.
For those gold bottles.
Oh.
2-gallon milk jugs was the most common thing.
What?
2-gallon milk jugs. And you'd be sitting in the middle of the parking lot and somebody hit it, pop it. It'd be a
My
sour.
Not to jump subjects, but
That's
milk
horrible.
jugs.
Oh, please do. Please do.
That was one of the weirdest things I've seen there.
Yeah.
Three-quarter gallon jugs of milk.
I've never even heard of that.
Well, you know, when you go to Tennessee, as soon as you cross the Tennessee state line, you can get like 24 ounce Dr. Pepper bottles. That's big thing down there. They don't have that.
You know what?
It's 20 ounce here. There's 24 ounces standard in Tennessee. I think that's weird, but they do.
It was weird.
Jason's garage is in the house. Howdy, sir. Yeah, you might want to back up about 5 minutes. You're kind of topic right there. Blue Ridge Garage says Ford Type LV transmission fluid is clear and expands a lot when hot and easy to overfill, turns black right away. Yuck. My shift solenoid started sticking. I drained it out, replaced it with valve leak max. I love that valve leak max. That is good stuff. I've seen Toyota Further Shutter go away with things.
So is that the stuff that goes in like newer cars, like the
I don't know, but it's good.
no, that Ford LV? I wonder if that's the stuff that goes in like escapes and stuff.
I have no idea. Oh, this is good. So here's a guy who would know. Izzy says, I beat a drug test once with a little gold-colored dish soap and water out of a hot spigot. Right color and tint. That's a very busy comment, yes. Who'd you get one over on, Dizzy? Why'd you need to get one over on? So you could be high at work or something? What was the deal with that? Barrow says, I pulled into a truck stop in Yakima, Washington. Did I say that right?
Yeah, come on.
And see a full gallon bottle of diesel treatment. That stuff is spendy. I almost bent over to snag it until I realized what it was.
That'll change your fuel filter
Yeah.
colors too.
Yeah. Oh,
I
my
can't
goodness.
imagine the smell that came out of that bottle.
I am not. Yeah. When milk prices went silly a number of years ago, they invented the 3/4 gallon to make it more affordable. Coke says, I need a drug test by not doing drugs. That's correct. I'm with Coke on that one. I'm just not a drug enthusiast. Dean says, I beat my drug test 19 times by not taking drugs. But his boss at Allied Workforce says, Dean, we know you're on something. When we find it, we'll sure no one else can take it. Max Wage Dick Dastry says, we used to be able to buy a gallon of beer at the bar here, bring your own jug, $3. That sounds like the most low-class water and hole I've heard of.
I can't even.
Oh,
That's gotta be like
gosh.
Bud Light.
Yeah.
It's like rice
Ooh.
liquid.
I'm with you, Mohawk. I'm with you. I'm just like, that place has no space in the shelf of life for me at all. None of it. Dougster says, drug test. What drugs we tested today? I'm not testing. I don't want any drugs near me anywhere that fits the no-name nationals. If you want to do drugs, do not come to that end of the property at all. If you want to do drugs, you say it's my right. I want to smoke pot and all this, whatever. Even though it's still illegal under federal law, not under state, and act like it's legal, I don't understand it, but whatever. Go to the woods over there, like up near where the burnout pit is or something. Stay away from my pit. How'd this get on drugs? I think Dizzy started talking about drugs.
We were talking about pee.
Yeah, we were talking about urine, and then they started talking about drugs.
If you think about it, this has been quite the subject changing.
Yes, it has.
Yeah.
It has indeed.
Potatoes,
Captain.
food, different stuff, drug tests,
Cornbread.
cornbread,
Yeah.
cornbread.
Appalachian dialect nonsense.
Yep.
ATVs.
TV.
Gravel.
600 racing.
600 racing. Oklahoma's exhibition coal mine.
Yep.
600 racing truck. The chain.
Yes.
The avenue prostitutes.
Yep.
We've had a lot of topics
Yep.
tonight.
Dead skunk.
You know what?
Dude in the houses.
Problem house. This is one of those lives that if somebody wants like 2 hours of mind-numbing crazy to listen back to on a drive somewhere, this would be perfect.
Absolutely.
Somebody's going to watch this rerun. They're going to be definitely doing drug testing.
Yeah. Captain Dude found an
Oh,
unopened
yeah, lasagna.
radiator
Lars,
flush.
oh, not all lasagna.
Lasagna. Oh yeah, Rich's lasagna. Well, Rich's lasagna.
Mhm.
I can go for some lasagna.
Barrow said the worst job in the world would be the taste tester at the drug center. I actually know somebody who does drug testing for probation office. And they find all kinds of stuff. People trying to cheat the system.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. Getting into the crazy zone. Yeah, but we don't have the weird hour here. Bigfoots and Mopars, they use fentanyl every day and something else and ketamine, but only at work. Yeah, I guess you're like doing stuff for the tests and stuff, aren't you?
He's a nurse, right?
Yeah, right.
Give it to other people.
Right.
I might have expect.
Unfinished project thinks that Rich's lasagna's finger looking good. He said it looks like meatloaf and mashed potatoes. More power to him. I just
Probably tastes alright. Just look like normal lasagna.
I just don't know that I could.
How do you think over okra? Oh, sure.
I just don't know that I could. I mean, there you go. There's your chef. Right there.
I saw it.
Yeah, there you go.
See you later, Ricky.
Howdy. Less than 100 days. Will everybody be ready? No, not everybody will. That's the way it works. Some people will, some people won't. But one thing is for sure, the orange paper waits for no one.
I'm personally, I need to get Valiant. That car has to go this year, and I'm either going to take the Salad again and or Belvedere. I got to try that car there.
This is pretty good.
6.
Mohawk says, the best one I ever saw, a coworker pranked a fellow worker by telling him they were doing a drug test tomorrow. The new one, they test your hair. They came in completely void of hair. I mean, no hair. So what, they bathed in air or something? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, instant potatoes, urine, yum, yeah. It's been a crazy old while, hasn't it? Does anybody else have anything? We will wind up this horrible live. I need to get my focus fixed on my camera here. Okay, we'll wind down this terrible live and get it done here. But anyway, I'm glad these guys came down. It's a lot of fun. I'm glad they're here. I don't get to see them once a year, so this makes twice a year. This is special. This is nice. But thank all you guys for coming out. We definitely want to plug the AHRA Tech Talk Live on Wednesday nights with Dallas and Professor Pete. That's a great place to ask all your AHRA Triple Crown class questions. We should be running the No Name Nationals in September. That's the place to ask those type of questions. We will, of course, be back here every Friday, 8 to 10 Eastern Time. If you have not yet subscribed to or checked out the No Name 500 channels, go check them out. You can look on my main page. And a shortcut to get to my main page is johngover.com. Goes there. So you can go check that out. We do have one new guy running the No Name 500, the Update Garage. Check him out. See if you earned your subscription. And with that, also we're doing the 30 Shorts in 30 Days challenge. And I've got, I put up what number 8 or 9 today, or whatever it is. And I've got Saturdays and Sundays uploaded already for the car show downtown. So it's the season. Get your feel, guys. If you still need your subscribers, that's a good way to get them. And with that,
You never know what hits.
yeah, with that, we'll let the boss ladies have the last word here. She says, thanks for having Jason and Jay. I'm thrilled to have them here. This is great. Y'all come back next week? Yeah, come back today. It's a short commute for you, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
12 hours.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
12 turned to 15, you know.
Yeah,
Exactly. One trip.
Yeah, well, I already said she can have the last word. All of this comment is pretty funny. So anyway, we're out. Y'all have a great weekend.
See y'all later.
Bye.